So we've got another question from Bisan in Kyoto,
Okay.
and they're wondering, is it better as a school owner to go it alone, or to aim big and hire staff? What do you think?
That's a really good question, but I would say that's very depending on their goal is.
Okay.
Yeah. So to me, like, yeah. So I love what I love, hiring staff members and the situation that I have now. And it's much better than when I was doing by myself.
Okay, so you were doing it by yourself.
Yeah. Of course, yeah. When I started, just by myself and stuff.
Can you tell us a little bit about what's better now that you have staff, or what you miss about doing it on your own?
Yeah. So I enjoyed teaching, but I became more like, I want to try, for example, management, or I want to learn more about marketing, and there's was many things that I wanted to learn more and try. So it's just I couldn't be at the school all the time, and we were getting more students, so we had to hire new staff members. Then I had more free time. Then I went to lots of different seminars, and I learned many things. Of course, I traveled many different countries and that kind of things. So I got lots of life experience and then knowledge. Then when I come back to the school, it's just what I see. The school is very different. So I have many different perspective from business owner side, teacher side, or just different perspective.
Could you give us an example of how an experience that you came across with that freedom coming back, how that had shifted your perspective?
An example.
An example.
Yeah. So by going to lots of different seminars, workshops, and I've seen lots of entrepreneurs from different industries. So I could see my business in a different perspective, in different way, and then we try to put lots of different essence. For example, creating an environment where lots of parents can feel this is kind of like a stylish cafe, or I like to be here. Creating that kind of environment, and of course creating a project with for example kids in Kenya. Then we did a Skype talk, and we kept sending videos to each other, and it's kind of like a cultural experience and exchanging.
So how did you get the idea to do a Skype exchange with children in Kenya?
Yeah, so when I was traveling in Kenya, I stayed in an orphanage for a couple months.
I see.
Yeah, so there's many kids there, and they spoke English. Then we were like, okay, let's do something, our students in Japan. Yeah, and of course, the kids in Kenya at the orphanage, they were very interested in talking to them, and those my students in our school. They're very, they've been studying English, right? But there's no situation where they can speak English with the kids that are about the same age. So they're very excited to talk in English, and they were asking many questions and stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been really nice.
Yeah. So one kid said she decided to go to the orphanage in the future, so she's been saving her money. Yeah. So it's great.
Wow, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so I get lots of different ideas, which is helpful. The school.
I see. So to summarize, hiring staff has freed up your time so that you could have a lot of different experiences and bring back those new perspectives and benefit the students, not only at your school but students everywhere.
Right. Yeah. Okay. And I will say, I think lots of viewers are familiar with child-centered learning.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would say, not me being there, it's staff-centered management.
I see.
So I could see they could work completely differently. Yeah, they feel more responsible, and they feel like, okay, this is what I have to do. And Junpei is visiting a Maasai village, so he can't be in touch. So I have to manage this, something like that.
I see.
Yeah. So of course, in the beginning, it's like so much pressure for the staff members, but in the end or in the future, it's just benefitable for them too.
I see.
Yeah. But I know many single owners with probably like 80 to 100 students.
Wow.
And they're making like really, they're doing very well financially, and they've been enjoying teaching, and they're very satisfied. And that's a great way too. Yeah.